When you get hits and you start going out on the road and all this stuff, you don't realize, especially if you get really popular, like I did, your career takes off really fast. You know, you're doing interviews in the morning for the morning shows, and you're doing media, and you got the afternoon shows, and you're doing, you got all these people that want to know who you are, and they want a piece of your time, and I didn't realize all that was involved in it. And so I was kind of learning as I go, as my song said. And unfortunately, I stretched myself too thin, and I got overwhelmed. And then by the end of '95, I lost my voice. I had to have some operations, and the doctor said you really need to take 6 months off. Well, I just ended up taking the whole year off in '96. At that point, I was really peaking, and it wasn't the best time for me to quit, but my voice was more important to me than anything else. That's the only thing I ever had. And I just was like, I was scared to death. I was like, okay, I know that music is always going to be in my life, and but I knew that being, everything was going on, being this new guy and a country music star, it may not last forever. But first, one thing I wanted to last forever was my voice, and I had a lot of people still pushing me to go out there, and I pushed back, and I was like, if I as much as I love what's going on with me, I wanted to make sure that when I came back again, that my voice was going to be, back to where it was at. And I started getting anxieties over it and stuff like that because, I felt like I was letting people down too at the same time, because I had a lot of people depending on me and, going, man, you're making a big mistake. You got the world by the, what, and that. But yet I'm sitting here thinking, I don't want to lose my voice. And if I go out there too soon, and if I go out there, because I knew how much I was going to have to talk and sing on top of it and all that. And these two vocal cords of mine has made my life, when things were bad, even when I didn't have nothing, I still had bad, I could go pick and sing a song. And if I lost that, then, that was the only thing that I ever had in my life that was dependable for me, other than my parents. And so at that point in '96, I was really going, is this what I really signed up for? Is this really what I wanted to do, and because there's a lot of people out there that, I was kind of at the edge of the superstar, where I'm selling more records than anybody, winning awards and this and that. And there comes a point where I was telling people, I'm not sure if I want to embrace this, what I considered the prison of something that I love. And I said, it's like Elvis or Michael Jackson or any of those people, you become so famous that you have to build walls around you, because you were so good at something you love that you have to, now you got to imprison yourself to be able to, have some peace of mind from it from time to time. And I was like, I don't know if I really want to go down that road or not. I want to have hit records, and I love the fame and being able to tour and concerts, but I wasn't really embracing that part of being so famous that I was going to have to build a wall around my life, and there was going to be people outside with cameras all the time waiting for me to just walk out the door and helicopters flying over. And because for me, I don't need a lot to make me happy. And being the most famous guy in the world was not what that's really not. I was happy to have a few hits, and like all my old musician buddies said, well, if you can get that 1 or 2 signature songs, you can make a living for the rest of your life off of it. And that's really what I was thinking was going to happen to me as a singer when I got my record deal. That's what I was hoping. So, a lot happened to that whole time period. And so I kind of withdrew a little bit, And of course, it's when things, like you say, out of sight, out of mind and stuff like that. But when you have that opportunity right there in front of you, you come to that crossroads. Do I want to be here, or am I fine being here? And there's a lot of artists, I tell new artists too, especially, it's like, I never was worried about if I was going to be more popular than somebody else. I know growing up that, if you're worried about what else somebody else has got, or how successful, this and that, and you're comparing yourself to them, you're never going to be happy. You got to set your own goals and meet those, and where are you happiest at? And when it all comes down to it, at the end of the day, it's about being happy, you know, and like you said, when you hit 50, that really starts ringing true.